Hello guys, it is Jead and Premier League TOTS go out of packs in just one day. So who are we buying and when are we buying them? We've also got every single Impacts TOTS card with the official stats, including CR7, João Felix, as well as all those Bundesliga cards. So let's take a look at what we got as content. We'll jump into those official stats cards, what I think they're going to do to your guys' teams. Is it better than last week? Is it not as good as last week? And then, of course, which Prem team of the seasons or women's Prem team of the season cards are we buying and when are we buying them? So let's jump into it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week, man. Honestly, the weather is nice, and can I be honest, I'm just enjoying life at the minute. I might buy a barbecue. I've got my own house now, and I'm a big boy, buy a barbecue, but I've got no clue what I'm buying. So any barbecue experts, like literally put down below, what am I buying as a barbecue? But going into the SBCs, we've got one main player SBC. We've got Danny Welbs, cool SBC, but surely less than 1% of the community is completing his SBC. Not even 1%. Enforcer Plus, no one cares about. It's a broken playstyle, in my opinion. It doesn't work. I don't know if you guys have tried using Enforcer Plus. 1 in every 15 times, you'll do it, and it works. And apart from that, Van Dijk just takes the ball off you. I hate it. Apart from that, he's a good card. He has incisive, he has tech, he has quick step, but just like, oh my God. The amount of fatigue I've got with SBCs this year of saying, oh, he just doesn't have rapid. He doesn't have ticky. He doesn't have pinged. Like, it's not the start of the game anymore. We can't get away with cards not having that because you might be a Brighton fan and go and do it. But apart from that, it's just not fun. Losing games in Rivals is not fun. I don't care what you guys say. At least he's cheap with 89 and 90 rating squad. This, to me, 2 squads is grindable, right? Not a lot of SBCs at the minute are grindable. This is grindable. You can actually do it just from SBCs and a pack enough team of the seasons to do a 90 rated squad. Although, I don't think it's worth it. Got the Challenge SBC with TOTS Challenge 5. I've got an opinion on this. I think they should get rid of Challenge SBCs or at least redo them. Marquee matchups was a staple back in the day. When's the last time you guys cared about marquee matchups? Maybe at the start of the year for a couple of weeks. I feel like marquee matchups is outdated. They need to do something with it, right? You can't have marquee matchups every single Thursday. And, like, it's great for getting tradable packs. So in that sense, they've got to keep it. I'm not saying get rid of it and don't replace it. I think they've got to try and do something with Challenge SBCs that makes them more rewarding. Makes it feel like, oh, actually, I want to go in that challenge section and have a look. Because for me, I just skip past it. The actual SBC content we got, as I'm sure you guys will have seen surely now, is if we go right to the back, so I've already completed it all. We get, first of all, the 1 of 3 week 2 TOTS player pick. And you can do multiple of them. It's really, really, really nice. The weight on them is pretty bad. We did get a Mariona in one of them yesterday, so we opened them on stream. We were doing share plays, so shout out to you if you were there. We got a Mariona, but we opened probably like 30 to 50. I don't know how many we opened, but Mariona being the only real dub. Like, you got some, like some Cherkies and some Timbers and Ekatikes, but Mariona was the only like top level card, right? So for opening like 30 to 50, that's not really great. However, Gamble SBCs at team of the season kind of are just the name of the game. You've got to go along with it. Not saying the pack weight's great. I think the pack weight's still pretty shocking on the top end cards, and it's so depressing, man, because the EA clearly want you to go to the store pack section, but at least it's a nice gamble to actually have a go at, and someone did get Marionas, right? The other one we get is the Premier League TOTS upgrade, and this one is actually very, very, very fair value, in my opinion. There's 2 squads there. It was an 87 and 88. I think you can't complain, boys. It's really, really cheap. I think it's like 70k to go and do or so, along those lines. And it's like very grindable again. You probably already have the fodder for it sat in your club unless you've drained your club already from other things like the icon packs. The pack weight on them, again, we did them yesterday, wasn't great. But we got a Van Dijk. And getting a Van Dijk, again, we got like Timbers and Cherkies. You're the middle tier cards. But guys, we got a Van Dijk. I don't know. I don't think that's shocking. Again, when you talk about gamble packs at the minute, I don't know if you guys are feeling the same, but whenever you talk about them, all the talk is on pack weight being shocking. And I want to talk about store packs a little bit later on, because I think obviously that's the main reason for that, like store packs being the main focus. But I do think the Premier League TOTS upgrade was actually really, really good. Think about what it could have been, right? They could have made it 5 squads. They could have made it 90 rated squads. They could have made it disgusting. At least it's very doable. And we did loads of them on stream, and it was at least a little bit of fun that everyone can go and do them no matter the state of the account, which is always nice. Do you know what else was nice? It'd be really nice if you guys watching this subscribe to the channel. I don't know how to do integrations, man. You meant to like say subscribe or something. But we did get Evos, boys. This is, speaking of things that are not nice, the evolution yesterday kind of pissed me off a little bit. Now, pissed me off's not the right word. So, if you didn't see, right, we were on stream, we check the content when we do streams, right? And we got Flint and Steel, and everyone's like, funny, Minecraft Evo, because like Flint and Steel, that was a meme, you know, like a year or 2 ago. And I said on stream, I was like, oh, it's a chain Evo, right? Like, look at Cordoba there. I was like, oh, the boosts are not crazy. It's a nice chain Evo. Like, gives like, you know, a bit of pace physical and probably gives like a +2 rating or something. This isn't a chain Evo. If you give it to like an 80 rated card to show like Cole will, it goes to 90 rated, and I don't know, it just looks average. I think it's really, like, what's the point? I think there's a very, very specific, like, instance where you could use it on someone like this Desai, and he gets +5 pace, and the +5 pace is nice. Did he get plus physical? Yeah, he gets +3 physical and +5 pace. I think there will be a use case for this on centre-backs that are nearly ready to be Evo, but not quite, like, very, very specific centre-backs, but for the most part, it's kind of just weird. Like, we don't need this. The pace boost is nice. I guess I'm complaining a little bit. The pace boost is nice. I would use it on this Militao if he was lengthy, but he doesn't get lengthy because his agility is about 99, so I don't use him anymore. But yeah, very, very specific evo for very, very specific cards. But if you use it on someone like Quanza, who's like ready for a big evo, you get to precision header and no one cares. I don't know. I think it's really, really shite, to be honest. It's a free evo, and again, maybe you have the perfect card for it, so let me know. Does anyone use Flint and Steel and get like a decent evo off it? But in terms of content yesterday, that was kind of it. Now, we did get an objective for a Silver Star. No one really cares about. Like, the Silver Stars, I was really hoping they did something cool with them. They just kind of haven't. Like, they're not really worth like looking at. You'll get them by accident, and that's fine. Has anyone else got a thing of, we spoke about this a few months ago on the channel, look how much content's in the store pack section. So just since we've had like this week, and remember this is midweek, like this is Thursday, this ain't a Friday. 500k pack, 300k pack, 125, 600k pack, 450. Oh my God, like it's almost exhausting how much content's in the store pack. And you think, oh, global limits. Boys, I'm recording this at like 11 a.m. on a Thursday. Why is global limits still out? Like it doesn't feel special anymore. It just feels like part of the game, but there's more content here than in SBCs and in EVOs and objectives. I mean, I know it's obvious by now, but is that not a problem? Like, is it not a problem that most of the content goes into this one section that is literally, we're going to now like a mobile game where you got to pay for everything? I don't know. I just don't like how, to go and check the big content on Friday, you're now starting to have to check the store pack section. I don't like that. I don't like how like store packs are now becoming part of leaks. When we're looking at leaks on Twitter, sometimes we'll check store packs. I don't know what you guys think. I just think that that's sad that that's kind of the main bit of content. But look, to be positive, at least when we're talking EVOs and we talk about the bad EVO that came out yesterday, we do have our official Friday 3 Playstyle Plus Evolution leaked, like confirmed. And it's not the left back one that should be coming today. So today we should be getting a left back, which is also 3 Playstyle Plus. We now have Fridays as well. So today's EVO should be the max 3 Playstyle Plus left back evolution. The fact this is max 89 and the fact it's going to come on Thursday, I've got a feeling we're going to see Intercept, Bruiser, and precision header or something crap. But obviously, if you can put intercept as the third place, that could be really nice. We need to see how they do it. I just hope it's decent. The fact, again, it's max 89 scares me a little bit, but that should be the one today. We went through our club the other day, and we actually have quite a few left backs that would benefit from this, so maybe you guys do as well. Have a little check. Again, it's not confirmed. It looks like it's coming today. The problem is, we've just had the Nico O'Reilly SBC, and as you can see there, we've got Teo Hernandez SBC coming. So we've got a left-back Evo, and then probably the 2 left-back SBCs of the entire year, maybe with Team of the Year Marcelo, coming all within the span of like 3 days or something. So maybe want to wait and see what Teo Hernandez looks like before you throw something into it. Maybe you do a Teo Hernandez Evo rather than Teo Hernandez SBC. But the one we've got for Friday back here is the max 90. So we're back at max 90s. Okay, that's good. We're not going to get max 91s for a while. I'm going to be honest, boys. We're not going to get max 91s probably until there was the end of TOTS. Maybe ultimate TOTS. We'll see. But we get the right mid and right wing evolution. Now, I've lost track of these evolutions recently in terms of how to cycle in them. Back at the start of the game, we check the positions for like Evo upgrades and we buy cards and invest in like, you know, right wingers for the next Evo. So we've lost track of that. So I assume we've not had a right wing or right mid Evo in a while. But it's 3 Playstyle Plus. This could be, do you remember the Inside Edge Evo at Team of the Year? This, to me, has the potential to be an Inside Edge Evo, and has the potential to be an absolute stinker, like most Evos do. What would be quite poetic, right? I put my Oscar Bob into the Inside Edge Evo, I'm pretty sure, right? I think that's where I put him in. This Oscar Bob has Finesse Shot Plus from the Inside Edge Evo, and I don't know. I think it'd be quite poetic if he fits inside this new Team of the Season one. It's like the Team of the Season version of Inside Edge. We'll have to wait and see. There's other right wingers we could see, like Base Hansen could fit. I assume you guys by now will have cards that can fit into this Evo in some sort of chain. My club's pretty bare. The main one I'm looking at is Oscar Bob. Check your club for a max 90 rated right wing or right mid. Again, for me, Cisse can be pretty cool if it's more of like a defensive evolution. But I'm really, really looking forward to the Oscar Bob if it's a really attacking evolution. I'm sure we'll get the leaks soon. As you guys know, it depends on the Playstyle Plus, right? If we get first touch and press proven, I don't care. It needs to now be dopamine. We need the dopamine hits. EA have ruined a lot with this Team of the Season, like they have done with a lot of the game, and a lot of it's been really, really good. And one of the good parts could be this evolution. So, give us a right-wing evolution as technical, rapid, finesse, low-driven. Even incisive. I'll take even a ping passier. Don't give me some crap. Don't give me some bullshit. Okay, Evos aside, we now got the official every single card. I think I've got this as a saved image so we can zoom in, right? Every single card. So you guys see, we took a look at the Bundesliga leagues, but the Bundesliga leagues are not even the most exciting. I'm sure you guys can figure out the most exciting things about these leagues, despite all the blurry image. Leave me alone, right? I tried to do what I could. Despite the blurry image, you obviously guys know that we all care about mainly Al Arab. Okay, not Al Arab, but Cristiano Ronaldo and Yao Felix. Now, despite the blur, that's finesse shot plus incisive and rapid, and then you've got finesse shot plus low driven and quick step. Yao Felix to me looks ridiculous. 93, 96, 93, 96, 87 physical. Hopefully 5-star, 5-star. Ronaldo's got the same rating as Al Arab, so, that shows you everything you need to know. But 93, 96, 87, 93, 88. Stats-wise, that's actually not crazy, but it's Ronaldo, right? Like, what do you want me to do? And also, quick step on these taller strikers and these, like, more lengthy-esque strikers. It's broken. Like, trust me, I play against a lot of, like, Evos like that. It's broken. Finesse low driven's really nice, but obviously rapid, incisive, and finesse on Yao Felix to me looks even better. Obviously, playing him cam, I would rather it was, like, incisive, finesse, and then maybe not rapid, but technical. But you know what? You still take a rapid plus. It's how nice Yao Felix plays in games. The big news is you can't back either of those two in red player picks, right? Bundesliga is going to be the only league, with the women's one, of course, in red player picks. And everyone's fuming, but I think you've got to say, when it comes to EA, at least they're consistent. They're not going to put a second league in red picks just for 1 week, then take it out the next week, right? I don't think they were ever going to do that. But we've got the official stats for everything else as well. So we've got the Bundesliga cards, Olise, we got everything, right? We've got the women's cards. Harder looks pretty crazy. She had a nice foot birthday card and all that. Some of the cards we haven't seen official stats for that I'm actually interested in is we got this, where is he? Georgia Stanway. Boys, ping, technical, and intercept plus. 9 Galangang with 94 passing, 95 dribbling. She's normally cheap as bollocks, right? Maybe could be a cheap beast. We'll have to wait and see. The one that you guys, a little bit of nostalgia merchant like me, we said about Yao Felix having rapid for technical. Juan Mata's got finesse inside for technical. The 3 perfect play styles. Has that 96 passing, 95 dribbling. And also just in general has 91 pace, 90 shooting. Juan Mata, if you're a little bit of a nostalgia merchant, could be an absolutely insane card. Top row will be really hard to pack. And of course, the pack weight on some of the better ones will be absolutely shocking. I found a better quality image. Don't worry, boys. Everyone can stop panicking. I found a better quality image. There's Yao Felix. There's Ronaldo. We got Al Arab. We got Diaz, Tar. All the cards I got the other day. There's even some low-rated cards like Diamonde. Remember we showed him the other day, who looks crazy. So these are coming into packs, right? The reason this is so interesting to me is because I think this will make Prem Team of the Season cards go down across the board. These cards, boys, in my opinion, are just straight 1-for-1 upgrades for most of their equivalent cards in the Prem TOTS, especially when we're looking at cards like Georgia Stanway. Look at that stats on that card. If that's a not very hard to pack card, if that's like, a 200, 300k card, you can see why Prem midfielders would come down in price, right? Now, Yao Felix and Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, are like really, really good, but they'll be really, really expensive. We're not even like, they're going to not really touch Prem prices too much. They're going to be super expensive and like impossible to pack, right? We know that. It's the other cards, it's those mid-tier cards that I'm talking about when you talk about Prem prices, because Prem prices will move based on how much these Bundesliga and Saudi and rest of the world cards come in packs and how meta they are, what the play styles are like, how much people are hyped to go and use these over other cards. One more example is this Stiller card is 94 rated. Normally means he'll be like really, really easy to pack. I'm talking like really easy to pack. And he has 90, 94, 95, 94, 91 as a CDM. Pinged, ticky, intercept. That card will replace a lot of people's centre mids. Could have 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, and just be super, super, super easy to pack. Boys, now we've got the first like full official team. Let me know, who are you chasing? Is it one of those Bundesliga cards we spoke about in yesterday's video, or you're now chasing instead the Yao Felix or Cristiano Ronaldo? Like I imagine a lot of people will. Of course, Olise, of course, Kane, of course, even Buell's card is ridiculous, and same as Kimmich. But I imagine a lot of you guys are actually going to want to go and chase Felix and Cristiano Ronaldo as like 2 of the top cards. The question is, how is this going to affect the Premier League team of the season cards that we've all either got in our teams or that we want to buy right now? And I've gone to our messages I've had with Sahel in Discord early this morning. He went and checked it. Okay, so if you guys are in the Discord, you know Sahel posts a lot of calls, and we don't just put bullshit in. Went and checked it, right? Like, what did Prem cards do last season? Because last season, if you weren't aware, Bundesliga TOTS came after Premier League TOTS the same as this year, right? Here's Isaac, for example, on the Friday, right? The Friday where he's 1.4 million. This is as they went out of packs, right? This would be tomorrow, if you get what I mean. 1.4 million, right? Isaac a week later is 800k, and you can see the steep drop-off, right? That's the equivalent of our, like, Haaland, let's say. And it's not just him. We got Van Dijk. Van Dijk on the Friday, which would be tomorrow, got to 5.7 million. After Bundesliga talks, you can see there, he dropped to, like, mid-4s, right? 1.2 million coin drop. And we saw this with almost every single card. So when Sahel said this, I went and checked other cards, right? Saliba on Friday, as you can see there, 1.6 million. Within 3 days on Mondays, 900k. I'm honestly shocked at how big the drop-off was last season. I don't remember this. So when I don't remember something, I did what I do for you boys. We went and got the Penfest's channel up, because obviously that's like, the FIFA Bible. I do find it funny that you see last year when he said Bundesliga TOTS is absolutely stacked. Look at the oxymoronic, FC25 can't be saved. Oh my god, Bundesliga TOTS is absolutely stacked. I think FC26 content creation is so funny, because it's like half it's raging and half it's, oh my god, this pack's insane or something. But I don't know, that's just me. But we went and checked it, right? Here's what happened in Bundesliga TOTS that made this happen. Here's what made the TOTS fall. Friday comes out, and we just get the same cards in packs. Bundesliga TOTS in packs. With Stanway, Frimpong, and an 85 player pick. That's all we got on Friday, right? Frimpong was really good. Stanway was decent, but like no one really wanted it because she was a bit overpriced. And we got an 85 player pick. Nothing crazy, but last year, same as this year, Bundesliga TOTS had better stats and playstyles than Premier League TOTS, right? Okay. So that was the Friday, nothing crazy. Then on the Saturday, we got a nice centre-back Evo, but it was a really good Evo. So maybe this is when EA started stepping up Evos. It was like the sort of, I went into it and looked at it, it was like one of the first next level Evos, right? So obviously, Nepenthes, I think, was doing the shittest of glory, whatever it was called, and had this Zhao Haojing, and it was a good Evo, right? Then you think, okay, so a good Evo. We then got on the Sunday an overpriced Encore Icon player pick that no one cared about because it was super overpriced. So maybe we get an Icon pick on Sunday, but again, who knows, overpriced. And then on Monday, we got another good Evo, basically, right? All it really says to me there is two things. We got better cards in packs, and we're getting good Evos. Now, if we get the same trend where we get better cards in packs, which is number one, we can take that off. We might start getting better 3 playstyle plus Evos. I think there's a good chance we could see the same exact pattern with Prem Team of the Season cards where people overinvest in them and they fall in price. However, what do you notice? Cards here are not as expensive as they were across the board in general, are not as expensive as they were last year, in my opinion. I think they're a little bit cheaper. Like, for example, Saliba being the best centre-back on the game, in my opinion. I think he actually is the best centre-back on the game. And he's 1.8 million. He's not like 3 million coins. So that works in our favour if we're going to try and buy some Premier League cards. But I just think, we're following last year, these cards will get cooked by the much better, much more accessible, easy to pack Bundesliga cards that wipe these players out of people's teams. However, boys, don't worry. That all sounds quite depressing and, oh my God, all these cards we've got are going to fall in price. He bought them. There was one type of card last year that rose out of packs in Premier League. Who remembers his match sells and packing him in every single guarantee? Who remembers it? Honestly, this guy pissed me off. However, was a good goalkeeper because he's about 6'9". Out of packs, look at the difference in graphs in Saliba. Boom. Look at sells. Look at sells. Same exact graph. I know it looks really strange, but this is the same exact graph. On Friday, the 9th of May, he had 18,000 coins. And a week later, he was 26,000 coins on Friday, the 16th of May. Because he was 1, a fodder card, and 2, a goalkeeper. And goalkeepers always do really, really well out of packs. Look at James Tarkowski, 91 rated. He was 12,000 coins on Friday. He went to 20,000 coins a few days later. Are you spotting a pattern? Look at Robinson. Friday, he was 24,000 coins. A few days later, 29. A few days later, 36. Are you spotting a pattern? If we go one more big card, so you guys think, okay, what about Bruno Fernandes? We had a good Bruno Fernandes card last year. Okay, nothing on the level of the one we've got this year with 4 playstyle plus. Just keeps dropping. I can't remember this guy. It's funny to think that this guy last year on the 9th of May came out and he was 56,000 coins and he's now 5.6 million coins. Just tell you all the difference between playstyles in this game. He's not even that different. This guy was 56,000 coins last year. But even him, right, just kept dropping in price. So what does that mean for this week? I think, boys, there's going to be a few big end cards that do really, really well. The only one that I really care about is this guy, I think. That is because, in my opinion, he is the only card who is best in position in the entire game for both left mid and right mid. This guy is what pros would call the perfect left mid, right mid, in my opinion. He's 5-star, 5-star. He's that lengthy, finesse, quick. They'd probably rather have rapid over technical, I'd say. And through balls, 4-4-1-1, 4-5-1 is like the single meta. Every single pro uses one of those two formations, pretty much. And he can do it on right mid and left mid. If I can get him at a nice price, I might try and look at 1.6 million, or maybe even on the Friday stream, if you guys are there on the Twitch, when we get the Bundesliga TOTS drop, if people panic sell their Semenyos, I might buy some. I think he's the best in position. I think it could be a very scary time if you buy at the wrong time for SUBSRIBE, Ekatike, and the cards I spoke about recently as good buys. Because we spoke about Cherky and Timber, and a lot of them have been really, really good. Like, if we take a look at someone like, I guess we'll take a look at Timber. A lot of these cards, you could buy them at a low and sell them at a high. They were really good to flip overnight because basically they had a lot of demand. So Timber went 200 to 220, you make 10k a card. It's the same pattern kept happening, right? That showed these cards have loads of demand because despite the supply falling off, like you can see, obviously, this happens every week, right? We get more and more supply on Team of the Season. Like, always bounce back up, and that doesn't happen for every card. So that's why when we were talking about it, we picked Ekatike, we picked Timber, we picked Fernandes, we picked Cherky. Seeing those Bundesliga leaks scares me a little bit. I'm not going to lie, boys, it scares me a little bit. I'm almost starting to sway towards Lewis Hall and Garner, Evoable 90 rated cards. David Raya, 44k for me is too expensive. I would like bids. I would like to go a little bit cheaper. Ideally, we can get 40,000 coins on bids. David Raya as a 93 rated goalkeeper. I'm starting to like that. Even, you could argue Cucurella as a 93 rated Prem Spanish left back. Although everyone hates seeing him in the packs, you could argue Cucurella at 25 to 27,000 coins if we can try and snag those prices anytime before Friday. Or like before Friday content. Could be one to look for. You could even make an argument, even though it's quite expensive, for Gianluigi Donnarumma. Super, super rare card. Goalkeepers normally do quite nice. Although, again, probably too expensive where I'm looking, and I'd almost rather look at David Raya, to be honest. Goalkeepers always do really well. David Raya's got really nice links. And remember what happened to his other card earlier in the year? I think it was Answer the Call card or whatever it was. He did really, really well out of packs. I think 94 Hasegawa at 25,000 coins on bids. If you can get this card really, really cheap, a 94 rated 5-star centre mid team of the season, I think could do really well out of packs. Who do I think could not do very well? Khadija Shaw. She's 4 playstyle plus, but boy, she's shite. Like, she's really bad. And she'll get replaced by the other cards coming in packs. Thompson, I might stay away from. Mariona, I might stay away from. Medema, I might look at buying. If you can get her at 20,000 coins. She's 93, basically fodder. And also, she's really, really good. I might look at someone like Medema. Yeah, do you see where I'm going with this, boys? I'm almost looking at the cheaper, safer fodder cards that either are really good fodder, good for Evos, or people will buy like goalkeepers out of packs for their teams. And I'm almost deciding to stay away from Van Dijk, Saliba, Gabriel, Declan Rice. And I'm sure, I am absolutely positive that one of these cards will rise. And we could look back and we could go, we all could have bought Virgil van Dijk. He went from 2.2 to 3 million coins, while Saliba and Gabriel both fell in price, right? I'm sure there'll be something like that. And like I say, Semenyo is where I'd lean towards on the high budget side. But I just think, looking at last year, looking at the Bruno Fernandes falling in price, looking at all the big cards falling in price, and seeing the absolute crazy rises we had on cards like Cells, I think why not play the safe choice that could make more coins in the long run? Why risk your entire coin balance when what we seen last year was devastating to these cards on the market? Boys, anyway, that's what I'm looking at. I might go pick up some Semenyos. I might look at some David Rayas, but I'm keeping it very, very chill. Because what I see like when I looked at the Prem TOTS last season was crazy. As you can see, I'm still trading fluctuations mostly. We're back down from 22 to 21 million coins. If you were on the Twitch stream last night, you will know why that is. I don't want to talk about it. You will know why that is. We're back on 21 million coins. Fluctuation trades are seriously broken. A lot of these cards I showed you guys yesterday, they are seriously broken. And it will continue to be like that until the end of team of the season. So if you're going to do fluctuation trading, please, like, put a bit of effort in. Don't skip out on it. You're going to make millions of coins. Keep doing that. Get yourself ready for Prem TOTS. But the most important, Bundesliga TOTS, most important thing, everyone now, unless you're buying out of packs, David Raya or what we spoke about, get liquid for Friday content. Having coins at Friday content tomorrow, if you're going to be on the game, is the #1 key to just doing everything, right? Cards fall in price, you've got a gold mine. You sat on your liquid coins and we can start to buy cards. That's what I'm going to be doing on stream tomorrow. Come and get yourself involved. And if you want us to call some like individual prices on Prem cards, so you can just buy exactly what we're buying, then get yourself in the free Discord. We'll probably put some pings out, Toby, Sale, myself, on over the next few days. So get yourself involved there. Make sure to join. And yeah, boys, have a great rest of your week. If you could subscribe, or if you're not already, that'd be fantastic. Let's see if we can hit 20k by the end of the year, and see, hopefully, you boys were part of it when we hit our first 20k. But yeah, have a fantastic rest of your week, boys. Go and have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy the weather if you have it. Don't overlook it. The World Cup is in less than 50 days. Summer is truly here. And yeah, until next time, I'll see you all in a bizzle.